Hey guys, this is the NW Sportscast post-game show. The Seattle Mariners beat the Oakland Athletics 3-0 this afternoon. They take the series following a great start by Brian Wu, 6 innings, 0 earned runs. Let's get into it. So Brian Wu, the storyline for this game, the Oakland native in his fourth start against Oakland, 6 innings, 0 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, lowers his ERA to 1.07 on the season across his first 6 starts in the year. That is a Mariners franchise record for ERA in his first 6 starts. Man, Brian Wu has just been outstanding once he has come back from this IL stint. I mean, we're talking about every time he's taking the mound, it's something you got to watch. And to have your number 5 guy in your rotation be seriously this good and pitching this good for you is a testament to this Mariners rotation and is why they truly are the best rotation in the MLB. And it's not just because of the top-end talent that they have with guys like, George Kirby, Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, but it's because you have 5 guys who can go out there every day and show you starts like this one with Brian Wu. Brian Wu gets up to 85 pitches tonight, which is good to see considering he hasn't hit that mark in, I don't know if he has at all this season. So following the off day with a little bit more rest, looks like they're starting to stretch him out, which is good to see. Again, 6 innings is about where Brian Wu has been recently, but looking at his pitch count, he has put himself into positions where he can go deep in his games if he was allowed to by the coaching staff and Scott Servais. So I think that what he's been doing recently for this team has just been amazing, and it's been a huge upgrade over Emerson Hancock, who on its own wasn't pitching that bad for us and actually was quite a pleasant surprise. So it's great to have Brian Wu pitching like he is right now. It's just making a huge difference for this team. Mitch Garver, the other storyline in this afternoon's game, he went 2 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 RBIs, and of course the homer. It's really good to see Mitch Garver starting to heat up. This is somebody who, you bet a lot on going into this season. You paid him the money. It's the biggest offensive acquisition that we've made in free agency in Jerry Dipoto's tenure with the Mariners. So it's been really disappointing in how he's performing this year. So just really hoping he can continue this momentum over the end of this road trip and into the homestand, because having a good Mitch Garver on your team can completely transform this offense. I mean, you go from a guy who's batting, bottom of the lineup. He's not doing a lot for you, striking out a lot, grounding in double plays. But someone who can routinely get hits and get extra bases and drive in runs, that's going to be big for this Mariners lineup, especially if they can bring him up a little bit higher into the lineup. Mitch Garver, his first RBI was the single in the top of the 4th inning to score Cal Raleigh from second. Cal Raleigh, of course, got to second via his stolen base, just the first of the season for him, which is certainly a surprise, not known for his speed. But looking at the statistics on that run, really wasn't that slow at all. He hit some pretty good speeds, and he's actually, by sprint speed, the 6th fastest Mariner currently on this team. So, sneaky speed for Cal Raleigh. We'll see if he can continue that maybe a little bit. Mitch Garver then in the 9th inning hits the big homer, 103 exit velocity, 403 feet. He just rocketed that one. And once again, great to see from him. Ryan Bliss still yet to really contribute in the big-time moments with these base hits, but he does get that bunt single in the 3rd inning, which sets up, a big opportunity there. So good by him for finding any way that he can contribute and use his speed to get on the base pass. That's really what you need from Ryan Bliss right now. Just some other notes from the game, some things that stood out to me. Victor Robles getting his first start for the Mariners after grounding into the double play to the end of the game last night. Certainly a bad moment for him last night. And then the first play that gets to him today, he drops in left field. So really not a good look for him. But, it's unfortunate you did bring this guy in to kind of be that defensive replacement, positive defensive upgrade. So, you expect this just to be a one-time thing. I doubt that the defense is going to be some type of issue with Robles, but I think rather it's going to be something you can kind of rely on with him, because that's what he's been known to do even when he isn't hitting. So he'll probably get some more starts, when the Mariners are facing against these lefties. I think he's a good acquisition. You're getting him for the league minimum, so it's not taking much of a risk at all. He has a good upside. Top prospect back in 2019, I think, with, just following Tatis and Guerrero. So, he still has some pop, and I think that he could, he has the potential, he has some upside. He could get some things going for this offense. Ryan Stanek getting the save in this one. Of course, that's going to be probably the most likely guy you're going to be calling upon when Andres Munoz is currently temporarily out here with that little back injury that he's been dealing with. Scott Servais said that he will not be hitting the IL, at least now, which should be a good sign, but you really don't want this to be another Jorge Polanco situation where he's not on the IL, but he's not playing for a week, and then he comes back, gets hurt, and then you got to put him in the IL. Just a waste of a roster spot. So really hoping that Andres Munoz can fight back, hopefully come back in this Kansas City series. It's tough when the Mariners are playing these really close games, and you need the strong back-end bullpen, but your one guy you've been relying on all year, now you don't have available to you. But the way to remedy that is just scoring more runs. I mean, the Mariners in these 3 games against the Athletics were atrocious on offensively. I mean, we're talking 3 runs tonight, 2 runs yesterday, and just 4 the night before. So you got to do better against a team, especially against teams like this, especially the Athletics, who pitching is not what they are known for, at least in the starting rotation. Almost getting perfect gamed by Estes last night. Not what you want to see. The Mariners just have to find a way to jump on these not so good starting pitchers, and they've just really struggled to do that over the course of the season. They've just really struggled to get on starters in general, and they haven't even been able to take advantage of the guys who you're looking at the matchup saying, this is who you have to get after if you want to score runs early. So looking ahead at this Mariners series in Kansas City, we're going to have Miller, Castillo, and Kirby on the mound. Obviously a great trio, but really you're never not going to have a great trio in a 3-game set when it's the Seattle Mariners with this rotation. The Mariners will be taking on 2 left-handed pitchers in this series, both in Game 1 with Daniel Lynch, and as well in the 3rd game with another name. So you imagine that Victor Robles will be getting 2 more starts there. So that should be, some more opportunities for him. We'll see what he's able to do. And you're going to be seeing some more of these heavily right-handed lineups by the Mariners. Just today, it was only JP, the lone lefty in the lineup. So really hope to jump on some of these pitchers in Kansas City. Kansas City's a good team, so we're really going to have to fight, use our grit in these games, and try not to make it too close because, once again, no Andres Munoz, at least for now. So hopefully the offense can get things going after this relatively atrocious series offensively against the A's, even though they win the series. But really, that's the bare minimum. So the Mariners, once again, first place in the American League West. It is June 6th. And they are 36-28, 5 games above the Rangers, 7.5 above the Astros. You just got to keep on winning games. You got to find a way to go out there every night and win. So I think the Mariners, it's a big series here against Kansas City. They could lose it, they could win it, they could sweep it, they could get swept. You're probably expecting to either take 2 or lose 2. And I'm kind of expecting the latter if we keep on hitting like we are. But you just got to go out there and hope that you can get 2 of those games. And you're going to be in a really great spot then coming home against the White Sox. Well, that was the NW Sportscast post-game show. I'm Carter Millerin, and it's been great to talk about another Mariners series victory. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see some more post-game shows, because we have them daily here on the NW Sportscast. Once again, I've been Carters, and as always, go Mariners.